All right, let me give you a quick injury update and some statuses going into the weekend for our guys. We have 5 questionable players: Garrett Bradbury, Cam Dantzler, Daniil Hunter, Patrick Jones, and Harrison Phillips, all going in questionable. They all did really well today. Got limited work, some good work across the board, so we'll kind of take a look at the tape and evaluate where guys are, how they feel tomorrow, and all 5 of those guys have a good chance to go, but we want to be smart with those guys. And then players that have been listed with some things throughout the week that will go in full no-game status would be James Lynch, Jordan Hicks, Adam Thielen, and Harrison Smith. Okay, so hopefully that helps you guys in your preparation for the weekend. We're very, very excited as a team to get this opportunity Saturday back in front of our home fans. Just another chance that we get to go out and focus on the things we can control, try to play our best football game yet, and we're going to need to have a strong performance against this team in all 3 phases. So it's going to be a challenge for us.
Kevin, Daniil Hunter wasn't on the injury report on Wednesday, cropped up Thursday, so what kind of happened?
Yeah, was just dealing with some soreness. He still got quite a bit of work in yesterday, but we wanted to, having not taken every single one of his full reps for the day, we put him as limited, and we'll see how he feels. He did some good things today, but we'll kind of evaluate that towards kickoff on Saturday.
Kevin, was that something that popped up in the game last week, or when did that injury surface?
I'm not as far as when it popped up exactly. I just know he was feeling some soreness yesterday, and we just want to be smart and do right by Daniil.
Kevin, back in the day, they used to talk about receivers and toughness and going over the middle and things like that, which obviously the rules have helped. But we've seen Justin take a few catches where he's gotten popped. I mean, I guess what role does that play, the toughness still, for a receiver when you're evaluating?
Yeah, because even when they throw the penalty flag, as they have a couple times on some of those hits, they still take place. You still got to be willing to go do that. I think it just speaks to his competitive nature, understanding that his quarterback's going to trust him in a lot of different situations. And one of the things that's come up is just in the attempt to give Justin the full route tree from a lot of different spots. He's running in breaking, out breaking, vertical routes, underneath routes, everything that we do with him. There are coverages out there where a lot of people have eyes on him. So that transition between, completion and being able to get vertical and create some yards after catch opportunities sometimes are few and far between for a guy that is such a focal point for the defense. But it's noticed by his teammates, and his toughness, and his quarterback definitely, I think, probably really respects what he's been able to do over the middle.
Kevin, with Garrett's back, just how did that respond this week? And
yeah, it's responded well from kind of where he's been at from the start of the week to now. We'll continue to kind of those things can be tricky. So much of it will be just how he's feeling, and if he's capable to go out there and give us a good performance. Garrett's a tough guy. He's going to try to go. So we'll see how he feels throughout the rest of this next kind of phase into our final prep tomorrow and then on into Saturday.
What are you guys going to do about a new practice squad quarterback potential?
Yeah, we're looking. Right now we'll have our normal Kirk and Nick up active for the game like we normally do, but we'll definitely continue to have some dialogue of maybe who that player will be. And it's unfortunate to lose David. He's been phenomenal in the room and just been just everything we had hoped and more when we kind of were able to get him, on that practice squad. But as I told him, a great opportunity for him, to get an accrued, I believe the word is, season. We wish him nothing but the best of luck in the short term, but we will be looking at potentially filling that spot.
And you also brought William up from the practice squad.
Yeah, I'm glad you
talk about what you like about him.
Yeah, I'm glad you said that, Chris. There's so much to like about William. Even going back to when he first made his first impression with us as a staff, way back at rookie minicamp, it might have been, and he is just flying around the field. He's been incredibly impactful on teams. I think back to that block he had on Kanae's touchdown kickoff return versus New England. He's shown up in different phases. I know Hat really loves the energy and the juice he kind of brings. I think William's been phenomenal, and the best part about it is, I think I told you guys before, but just when his first activation kind of happened, just how excited all of his teammates were. That's how you know they know. Those guys are the truest kind of measure how where a player's at and the work that they've put in, maybe noticed, and maybe some of the work that they do in the weight room or on their own in the meeting rooms that people don't see. And Williams capitalized on his just full development here so far. I'm excited about William.
After the discussions on defense and the practices, just how are you feeling about the adjustments going into this game?
Yeah, I feel good about it. We've, the dialogue was good both early in the week and then taking a look at some things throughout the week. It's been ongoing, and I think there's been an urgency over there that I felt in their preparation with both, things we want to do a little bit better, and then obviously some new things, tweaks, things that we think might help those guys be in some better positions to have success on Saturday. Now we got to go out there and execute the plan, what we have for the Colts this week. A talented group with a veteran quarterback that's going to see coverage and attack coverage and a run game, offensive line and skill players to really cause you some things. So we've got to be dialed in. We've got to have one of our best performances of the season and give our team a chance to play well in all three phases is what I'm hunting.
Kevin, Ed down at Talk yesterday, we're kind of taking the air out of the coverage. Is that the way players align, or is that kind of executing assignments post-snap better than they've been doing?
Yeah, Ben, I think it's both. Depending on the call, depending on what your responsibility is, and then just using a good mix of tightening things up a little bit, being a little bit more competitive in kind of those intermediate areas, but at the same time, not ever putting a teammate or somebody else you may be working with in coverage, in a bind. So it's finding that balance. It's something we've continued to stress throughout the week to our guys and rely on our veterans. And it'll be nice to get Harry back in there, kind of helping with a lot of the communication, especially when it gets noisy at home. Those guys in there nonverbal from EK with the call all the way out to those safeties and corners. It's really, really important. So I think it's a little bit of both, and just something we've got to try to implement and activate immediately. In addition to just flat out, across the board, coaching and playing a little bit better.
How Darrisaw look at practice this week? I assume it's just business as usual.
Yeah, he's been great. And literally his words were, "I feel great." So, I am happy. We've been kind of, made sure we were patient with this process. And although he was cleared to possibly play last weekend, give him this full week. I think he's really benefited from that, and it's been good to see him get back in there.
Kevin, Irv Smith's been out here doing some stuff. What's your kind of guess as to where he's at in terms of?
I think he's close. I think he's done a really nice job attacking that rehab, and it's one of those things when a guy gets hurt. Sometimes you're wondering, okay, what's he going to be like in meetings? What's he going to be like? And I just get A+ reviews from Brian Angelico, his position coach, when we're doing installs, either myself or Wes. I mean, Irv's taking great notes. He's dialed in. There's nothing that we've implemented since he's been hurt that I wouldn't trust him to go in and do, just based upon the fact that he's been so all in since, with a mindset of returning to help us win football games. So when that time comes, and I think we are getting close, we'll see how where he's at, coming off of this game, and as far as when we want to activate that window to allow him to start practicing again. But I do feel really great about what Irv's done kind of in this process and how he's attacked it. Thanks, guys.